blazing speed from the starting gate on this Sunday edition of Belmont Insider on MSG+. Idyllic conditions on this picture-perfect Sunday afternoon at the Palace. We are off and running. That's right. Grade 1 quality speed. We'll stretch it out over the next 30 minutes or so. It's Richard Migliore, Jason Blewitt, and long weekend comes to a close here at Belmont Park.
Long weekend comes to a close. Looking forward to a couple of days off to kind of start gearing up for the Triple Crown. And speaking of Grade 1 speed, well, American Pharoah possessed that yesterday in the Preakness, didn't he?
Right, he did. We had a good time talking about and breaking down the Preakness alongside Andy Serling on the National Racing Report, which will be on this channel 6 p.m. on Monday and Tuesday. But it's all about a horse that is bidding for immortality on Saturday, June the 6th, the Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner, American Pharoah, who Bob Baffert noted this morning came out of yesterday's Preakness in the slop, little tired, acted like he ran in a race, but he'll be going back to Churchill Downs to prep for the test of the champion.
Well, unlike the Kentucky Derby where Victor Espinoza had to get to the bottom of him, he did not have to get to the bottom of him in the Preakness. He won with something left, still ran hard. You can't ever underestimate what a race takes out of them. But one thing that really, to me, spoke about how good he came out of the race, and obviously I'm not there physically, is just how bright his eyes looked in pictures I saw of him online and on Twitter. He just looked like he came out of it. He may have been tired, but still had that bright, clear-eyed look to him.
He's had no problem shipping around. Obviously was originally based out in Southern California, was a hype horse going into last summer's meet at Del Mar, ran at Santa Anita, shipped to Oakland Park, did some training, in fact had his final pre-Kentucky Derby workout over the main track at Churchill Downs, and that was the one breeze in which everybody said this guy will be a serious contender on the first Saturday in May. So that being said, what do you think of Bob Baffert sending him back to Churchill Downs to train up until the Wednesday of Belmont Week?
You know, I can understand it because it's probably going to be a little quieter there. He's not going to have as much of the hype and the hoopla surrounding him as he would here at Belmont with the Belmont Stakes being here, and the media is going to want a piece of him. I think it will be a little quieter for him. I don't know if I agree with it from the standpoint that Belmont Park's a different surface, and you'd like the horse to have a little bit of muscle memory going into it, get over this track more than just a couple of gallops, and it's going to be interesting. He didn't work between the Derby and the Preakness, as most horses don't, but now with 3 weeks between the Preakness and the Belmont, will he work? And wouldn't you want to work over the track that you're going to race at?
That would be my intention, but I'm not Bob Baffert, who in the modern era has put up some impressive numbers, and it's remarkable the name he has stamped for himself regarding these Triple Crown races and the work he has done with these 3-year-olds. And it's pretty much, this series is pretty much the main reason Bob Baffert is enshrined in Racing's Hall of Fame.
No doubt. He made his career around and about the Triple Crown, and it worked. I mean, we've seen other trainers do it as well. Nick Zito, his intention was to make a name for himself in the Triple Crown races, and they certainly did that. And they're both in the Hall of Fame, I think, largely on the strength of their Triple Crown exploits.
All right. Well, from a Hall of Famer in this country like trainer Bob Baffert to a world-renowned and respected horseman and Michael DeCock, who is not a household name, at least showing up in the entries on a regular basis at Belmont Park, but he is a man based in South Africa that's put up some big numbers, won quite a few races in Europe and in Dubai, and he's got Mubdahij, the UAE Derby winner, prepping for the Belmont Stakes. In fact, the horse breezed at Belmont Park this morning, going 101 on the turf.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that he worked on the turf this morning. Again, I would think, but he's going to have more time to get other works in, but you would think you'd want a little bit more experience over Big Sandy, a different kind of surface that he's probably faced ever before. It looked like in Dubai World Cup night, as we watch him here, quickening away from his field, that he was running over the top of the ground. I think at Churchill Downs that day, it was a loose surface, but still not getting down into the track as much as you do at Belmont Park. Now, obviously, he's training here. He's going to have the opportunity to get over the dirt surface, but I find it unusual that he worked on the turf.
He adds some flavor to the race, having a horse going for the Triple Crown and a horse that clearly has plenty of ability and Mubdahij for a guy like Mike DeCock. Just taking a shot in the test of the champion should be a lot of fun, and we'll see where the dust settles regarding contenders. Todd Pletcher plans on running 3. Does Frosted, the Wood winner, find himself into the starting gate of the Belmont Stakes? This is far from a walkover for American Pharoah.
Well, a lot was made last year by Steve Coburn of California Chrome's camp about how they shouldn't allow a horse to run in the Belmont if you run the other two. Well, it isn't the way it works, and it's been that way throughout the history of the Triple Crown, where fresh horses come in, horses that didn't run in either of the first two or ran in one and skipped another. So that's what makes it so tough, and it's the hard that makes it great, because you have to take on all comers.
And it was life after the Preakness today at Belmont Park. We ran 9. There was a pick 6 carryover, which we'll get into in just a few short moments. But Junior Alvarado, race number 4, involved in an incident around the far turn along with John Velasquez, and both of them escaped any serious injury and took off their remaining mounts on the card.
Yeah, Junior really took a pretty good shot to the head. He had a black eye and a little bit of swelling above his eye, a little bit of a cut. This guy is so tough, though. I mean, he refused to go to the hospital. He said, I'm fine, I'm fine. He had to take off the remainder of his mounts, but you can knock him down, but you can't keep him down. He'll be back Wednesday, I'm sure. And from what I understand, he's tweeting out photos of what he looks like. I just want to know if the other guy looks as bad as he does.
Holy smokes! Well, you say he'll get knocked down and he'll get back up. Looked like he went a few rounds with Rocky and maybe even Ivan Drago in the ring. I mean, he's got one serious shiner, a lot tougher than I am. I know that.
And I wasn't as concerned with the shiner, although it doesn't look good, as I was, just the way the helmet made an impression on his forehead. But again, he's tough. Johnny Velasquez did a remarkable job getting back in the middle of his horse, showed unbelievable poise, balance, athleticism to get back in the middle of his horse, and thankfully both horses were not injured in the incident.
On that note, we're happy about that. Let's get on to race number 2. Third Sunday of the meet. John Abrial with the call. We're on the turf. It's listed as firm, and here we go.
And they're off. There's Chasing Bubbles and Humboldt and Frost. And Humboldt and Frost has a head in front of Chasing Bubbles. Those two have opened up 3 lengths on JC's Not Brown in third. Another 3 back to a Bullheaded Boy. And to his inside, it's Alexis Spirit. At the back, Mark My Style and Beyond the Green. The field is moving up the Belmont backstretch. And it's Chasing Bubbles, the leader here by almost 2. Humboldt and Frost runs in second. JC's Not Brown has moved off the rail, is on the outside of Humboldt and Frost. Then Alexis Spirit down at the rail, followed by Bullheaded Boy, Beyond the Green, and Mark My Style. Chasing Bubbles, Humboldt and Frost in between horses. JC's Not Brown on the outside. Humboldt and Frost now goes on with it to take over the lead. JC's Not Brown moves into second as Chasing Bubbles drops back. The quarter in 23 seconds, the half mile in 47 and 4. As they race around the far turn, it's Humboldt and Frost leading here by a neck. JC's Not Brown is second by 4. Bullheaded Boy in third with Beyond the Green on the outside. Then it's Mark My Style at the back, Alexis Spirit and Chasing Bubbles. The field is moving for the top of the stretch. Humboldt and Frost on the inside and JC's Not Brown on the outside. Humboldt and Frost narrowly. JC's Not Brown. Here comes Bullheaded Boy. Here comes Mark My Style. In tight there is Beyond the Green. Down at the rail, it's Alexis Spirit. Inside the 8th pole, Mark My Style has come away with the lead. Then it's Humboldt and Frost. Alexis Spirit at the rail. They come for the finish, and it's an upset here. Mark My Style at 20-1. Then Bullheaded Boy and Alexis Spirit.
5-wide rush. Mark My Style won this race with some style. Ran like a horse who should have paid about $6 and not 20-1.
Yeah, and you see Cornelio Velasquez delivering on a 20-1 shot. And John Toscano, a trainer who I don't think's ever gotten the credit he deserves, been around a long time, quietly, consistently gets it done. And now he's getting a really good opportunity with Brand Jam Stable, putting quality horses, reaching in to claim more expensive horses. And it's just nice to see somebody be rewarded for hanging in there and working hard for as long as John Toscano has.
We like seeing those wins at Aqueduct and even Belmont Park spread around, and we'll catch up with John Toscano Jr. and one of his turf bombs a bit later in the broadcast. It was a good Sunday for the family, and maybe we've got a double carryover into Wednesday's card. But we get on to race number 5, Mig, and let's cash out the pick 5 on a picture-perfect Sunday afternoon at the park. It is race number 5 with track announcer John Abrial.
And they're off. Isthmus is out for the lead with Regulus racing in second and Dighton at the rail and moving up from third. A break of 2 to Doc Allman, who's running in fourth. Then it's Mackenzie's Way and Good Time Had by All. Isthmus is the leader as the field goes into the far turn. Regulus pressing that pace in second. It's Isthmus by 3/4 of a length, and Regulus in second. The quarter was run in 23 1/5 seconds. Dighton down at the rail in third. Doc Allman is alongside in fourth. A break of 3 to Mackenzie's Way, and 3 more to Good Time Had by All, who trails the field. Isthmus, Regulus, and on the outside, Doc Allman. Dighton is down at the rail. Mackenzie's Way will be forced wide into the stretch. Here comes Regulus, now up to challenge Isthmus for the lead, and Regulus now takes over with a furlong out. Regulus in front, then Isthmus and Doc Allman, followed by Dighton, Mackenzie's Way, and Good Time Had by All. Regulus is the winner here by almost 4 lengths. Very close for second. Tight for second between Doc Allman and Isthmus.
Dropping out of the Caixa Electronica on that New York Claiming Championship Day, March 21st in Queens. Regulus, been nearly 2 months since he ran. He was fired up and ready to go, tracking the pace outside.
And really finished through the wire end big. You take a close look, Jason, you see that extension blinker on the outside. For horses that tend to bear out, the conventional thinking is that they won't run to where they can't see. Now, not all horses do that, but that is the conventional wisdom behind it. And he certainly ran straight, so obviously the blinker worked with him. A horse that was claimed for $40,000, 4 starts back by Michael Dubb, a guy who claims horses with a plan, and obviously he's executed his plans very well over the last several years.
Indeed he has. He's built up a very nice stable, a bunch of multiple graded stakes winners in his stable currently, and he's done a nice job. I think of Condo Commando, who broke her maiden for $75,000 first time out last summer at Saratoga, and wound up being an Eclipse Award finalist for Champion 2-year-old filly.
And a Grade 1 winner, but I like that. You want to make it as easy as possible on your horses. What's the old adage? Keep yourself in the best company possible and your horses in the worst company.
I like that.
Possible.
We are in good company with the MIG. We're glad you're with us as well. We've got a lot more coming your way on this 3rd Sunday of the Spring Summer Meet. What a day at beautiful Belmont Park.
Hey everybody, you're watching the Belmont Insider with my man Jason Blewitt and the MIG, Richard Migliore.
Thank you very much. Good to have the crowd on hand today. They were rocking down at the quarter pole over by the picnic area on the front side. Can't beat a day here at Belmont Park.
No, and that's another well-kept secret. I don't think a lot of people realize it. They have barbecue pits down there. You can reserve that area, barbecue with your family, have a great view of the show. Horses Thunder right by there at the quarter pole. Good times.
Yeah, good weather out here as well. Maybe on the warm side, we're up at around 80 degrees. The MIG and I are a little hot here under these bright lights of Broadway as we look forward to American Pharoah's Date with Destiny on that June 6th, 147th running of the Belmont Stakes card. Be a part of history. You need to be here. Limited grandstand admission is available. Don't wait. Make the move now at BelmontStakes.com. Race number 6, John Abrial once again takes us through the opening leg of Sunday's late pick 4 on the fast main track.
And the rough. And there is Posse Man going for the lead with Indiana Stones. On the outside is El Genio. True Bet is down at the rail. How Frosty It is racing in 5th with Luca 2 next in 6th. Then Proletariat is running in 7th. It's a break of 3 to Whale Rock in 8th. Tino's on the outside in 9th. Then Charge Latouche in 10th. Another 3 lengths to So Noted. And Thank You trails the field in 12th. The quarter in 22 seconds, and the gray Posse Man leads here by a neck. El Genio's on the outside, and just in behind is a True Bet, who's a close-up 3rd. Now Whale Rock is on the move on the outside, and here comes Whale Rock, who surges to the front. Whale Rock in front and quickly opens up a 4-length lead. Whale Rock is the leader. Thank You, who was way back, has moved up into 2nd. And then it's Proletariat in 3rd. And So Noted. Whale Rock rolls home here to break his maiden. Whale Rock, 2.5 at the end. So Noted with a good late run to get 2nd. Thank You, finished 3rd.
Whale Rock, a popular victory at 3-5. Her dad liked Belmont Park. She's by Mineshaft. I still remember him winning the Suburban on a day it was about 105. And Whale Rock.
Whale Rock Was honestly, his first start, very, very game. Looked like maybe he was taken a bit by surprise by the horse, but then fought on, and really today just put it all together.
Called him a filly. It's a colt, in fact, by Mineshaft. I was talking about his Suburban win on a warm day about a decade ago at Belmont Park. Later that fall, he'd come back to win the Woodward and the Jockey Club Gold Cup for trainer Neil Howard. He was a very good horse, and Keir McLaughlin continues with his torrid run. We can get on to race number 7. We continue on. Final pick 3 getting underway as the 7th race was run on the inner turf at a mile and a furlong.
And they're off. McKagan and Thurgood from the inside. And there goes Sunnysider now moving up. And Police Camp is up close. The field moves around the clubhouse turn. And it is McKagan with the lead, and Sunnysider is in second. Police Camp runs in third. Sunny and Pally up on the outside into fourth, and Thurgood is now fifth. Mr. Dooley runs in sixth. It's a break of 2 lengths. Back to Mental Iceberg and Blue Shark. Then Runaway Posse and East Bay Lodge trails the field in 10th. The opening quarter mile in 24 seconds. McKagan leads here by 3/4 of a length. Sunnysider's on the outside in second by 2. Then Sunny and Pally and Police Camp right together, third and fourth. Thurgood is running in fifth, about 5 lengths from the front. Mr. Dooley's on the outside in sixth. Then Mental Iceberg saving some ground down at the rail in seventh. He's followed by Runaway Posse, Blue Shark, and the trailer is the gray East Bay Lodge. Half mile, 48 and 4/5 seconds. McKagan will lead the field into the far turn. It is McKagan by a full length over Sunnysider. Police Camp down at the rail in third. Sunny and Pally's on the outside in fourth. And there goes Runaway Posse now, making a move on the outside along with Mr. Dooley. Thurgood is next, 3/4 went in 1:13. They're at the top of the stretch, and it is McKagan. McKagan's in front. Runaway Posse runs at him on the outside from second. Police Camp is third, and Sunny and Pally is fourth. McKagan with a 4-length lead as they come down for the finish, and it will be McKagan and Jose Lascano. Runaway Posse was second, then Police Camp, and it was close for fourth between Blue Shark and East Bay Lodge.
Well, mentioning the one-time mighty Mineshaft who loved Belmont Park in his racing days, the same can be said for McKagan's sire, Artie Schiller, Breeders' Cup Mile winner. I know you, Mig, won a whole bunch of stakes on him for Jimmy Jerkins.
Yeah, he really excelled over this course, and I really like the job that Michelle Nahi and Jose Lascano did here. He picked up the mount from Johnny Vasquez and took off. This horse, when he was last seen at Aqueduct in November, ran off to a long lead, 8-length lead, was a little too keen. Well, Jose got him to settle nicely on the lead, and obviously the training goes into that to get a horse to be more settled, especially when they're fresh, and that made all the difference. Just conserving that energy and be able to really finish. It's one thing to be on the lead and, you know, have horse left, and otherwise to run off and open up 8 lengths, which he did last year. This was a different horse we saw today.
And a real benefit having post 2 in that 9-furlong race on the inner turf. They break right on top of the clubhouse turn. There isn't much room before they hit the bend, and Jose Lascano had a ton for Trinity Farm, the winning owner and breeder, and Michelle Nihei, the winning trainer. Let's move on to race. Actually, we've got a rapid fire pick number 5, a pick 5, I should say. 1, 3, 4, 8, and 9.
And it is long shot Francis Freud with a narrow lead over Ali Sorrow, and flag on the play as the field moves for the quarter pole. Flag on the play, and now moving up on the outside, and flag on the play has taken the lead. Flag on the play in front in the stretch. Then it's Francis Freud, Ali Sorrow, Island Therapy, and Limerick Lightning. Flag on the play has built a 7-length lead. The battle will be for second. Flag on the play at 3-5. And it's a photo for second between Ali Sorrow and Island Therapy. The big favorite, Be Bullish, has taken the lead from American Creed as they head for home. The half in 45 and 4/5 seconds. Be Bullish, the 10-year-old gelding, has now opened up on American Creed. Be Bullish by 4. American Creed in second, and it's a big break back to the other two. The old boy keeps rolling along. Be Bullish, another victory. American Creed was second. Tight for third between In the Beach. And it is Magical Miss in front, Bebop Raindrop. And on the outside, it's Adirondack Luck. Magical Miss in front by 2. Bebop Raindrop all out in second. Then Adirondack Luck and Sister Superior. Magical Miss will take them wire to wire. Magical Miss, the winner. Looked like Sister Superior got up for second. It's a photo for third between Adirondack Luck and Bebop. Lady Grace Note off the turn into the stretch. Bella the Bandit, My One Love on the outside, and here's Zalicious. Here's Zalicious at the rail. Now takes over the lead and draws clear. Here's Zalicious in front. Then it's My One Love, Bella the Bandit, Lady Grace Note on the outside. Here's Zalicious, much the best. And Lady Grace Note came from last to get second. My One Love finished third. Frizzetti and then Rachel's Temper, and they're coming for the head of the stretch. The half at 46 and 2. Long shot Nile Princess is in front by 3. In front by 4 now. Perfectly Mine is second. Then Delissa. Lyrica Heat is on the outside with Your Turn. Nile Princess trying to pull off the upset here. Just the 16th of the wire. Nile Princess still there. Lyrica Heat. They come for the wire. It's Nile Princess at 28-1. Lyrica Heat was second. Your Turn finished third. And Rachel.
I watched the last race, as did you, and I'm sure quite a few other people thought the same thing. $60 winner or thereabout. Daughter of Pioneer of the Nile, 24 hours after he gets not only a Kentucky Derby win, but a Preakness victory as well.
Yeah, it was interesting. And also, we talked about earlier, John Toscano, just the kind of meet and the run they've been on. But, boy, she really showed some good speed and finished the deal.
Yeah, marched along, really enjoyed herself out there on the turf course in the nightcap. And John Toscano winning at 20-1, 28-1. We've got that $93,000 plus pick 6 carry over into Wednesday. The past performances are out, so study up. You got a couple of extra study days with us dark over Monday and Tuesday, and Angel Cruz picked up a couple of victories today as well. How about Cappy as we take a look at Sunday's second look on Belmont Insider? And a second look will be our final look, at least on the racetrack, with the old gray, the 10-year-old gelding by Pure Prize. Be Bullish in his swan song. He went out a winner, and not only went out a winner, won his last 4 races ever.
Yeah, he's been in raging form. You know, even though he's had senior citizen age for a horse now of 10, he really is putting it all together. I mean, who would you compare him to? Like maybe like Clint Eastwood? He seemed to just continually get better even with age.
Yeah.
But now he'll be retired. Mike Rapoli reached in to claim him, and he's going to Saratoga.
Yeah, Cabin Creek division of old friends. He'll have a great life up there. Be Bullish. Nobody went in via the shake, or Mike and Bruce Levine put the only claim in on the old boy. So we thank Be Bullish for all the joy he gave us over the years. It was just a pleasure and a treat to watch him compete since September 22nd, 2007, the day he won his first start beneath Kent DeSormo for owner-breeder Scott Schwartz.
Boy, a lot of water under the bridge since then, and like you said, thank you, Be Bullish. Those horses are the heart and soul of the game, so it's good to see he's going to have a nice retirement. Love to Run's been very popular at the claim box lately, and just think, you could have had him for $600,000 as a 2-year-old.
Wow, how about that? Son of the late pulpit. A look back at Preak this week at Belmont. A big win by La Verdad and plenty more.
You're watching Belmont Insider with Jason Blewitt and Richard Migliore. And let's go Rangers!
Let's go Rangers! We're in good company on tonight's show. Good to have a few Rangers fans hanging out on the apron. And this is Belmont Insider with JB, and the MIG is alongside. And I just get a kick. It never gets old watching people here with big smiles on their faces.
People come out, they have a great time. I mean, you get the best entertainment, and you get the greatest 4-legged athletes in the world, and some pretty good 2-legged athletes, too. I got to give a pump to my fellow riders out there. But they were having a great time. And what's better, horses and hockey?
And your pucks and ponies, as Eddie Olczyk, the one and only tweets out. He's worth a follow on Twitter, as are we. And speaking of your two-legged athletes, what about the Mike Venezia Award and the voting that's currently ongoing at NYRA.com?
Yeah, 4 very worthy candidates for the Mike Venezia Award, who is just an exemplary citizen, somebody I admired and looked up to a great deal. So please vote at NYRA.com. It's a way to pay tribute to Mike Venezia and 4 terrific candidates.
Top performers, week number 3, La Verdad, or I should say Sycamore Lane, leads it off for Bill Mott. This is an Artie Schiller gelding out of a Crafty Friend mare. We joked the other day, you rode both those horses, and Bill Mott has got him breathing fire.
Yeah, this horse really ran big, and actually you pointed out to me, Jason, how Ironicus, who won the Dixie down at Pimlico, ran with Sycamore Lane recently, so he's been keeping good company, and he put in a big run here.
So excited about La Verdad with her blinding speed. I nearly forgot Sycamore Lane, but here she is holding off a very game room for me.
Yeah, and La Verdad is just so naturally fast, and she's fun to watch. You know what she's going to do. She bursts out of the gate, and then she's able to go fast easily. She really is a treat. 12 for 18 now, lifetime, a win machine.
Patience is a virtue. Kieran McLaughlin proved that Saturday. 4-year-old career debut by this son of Bernardini. El Mazid, 96 buyer. Wow.
96 buyer, and he really had the look to me of a horse that'll appreciate going further, but he had blazing speed out of the gate. He caught a flyer away from there, and a very impressive physical individual, and he can run.
And he had a very hot rider on his back. A hot rider to match the hot firster. Irad Ortiz Jr. walks away with 15 cards down at Belmont Park as the week's top jockey in great form.
Yeah, great form, and rightfully so. Riding terrific. Had a little trouble the other day in infraction. Wasn't disqualified, but is going to start sitting out a 10-day suspension starting tomorrow through May 24th for bothering Junior Alvarado on, was it Annie Freud on the turf?
It was Amazing Ann. And Irad was on RY Squadron and obviously came over and bothered her a couple of different times in deep stretch.
Yeah, so he's got to win in the lead, but he's probably going to lose that lead. But the way Irad's riding, he'll probably be able to regain it again before the end of the meet, but he will be sitting out for the 10 days.
Your actions have consequences, and Bill Mott, there were consequences to him placing his horses always well cared for in the right kind of spots as Bill went 4 for 12, the mighty Hall of Fame trainer.
Yeah, and Celestine, pretty impressive in the wait a while. So Bill Mott getting off to, again, another great Belmont meet, and he's, actually moved up into a contending position, but it's all about Chad Brown, isn't it?
Indeed it is. He's your leading trainer with 12 victories. Picked up another Gallarette down at Pimlico on Saturday on the Preakness undercard with What's the Chances. Chad has won that race 3 out of the last 4 years, and that was one of about a dozen races you, me, and Andy Serling talked about on the Racing Report.
A good Racing Report, too. A lot of it obviously focusing on Pimlico and all the action down there, but we got into the heart of a bunch of stuff, and I think it was a pretty interesting show.
We say post time, 6 p.m., MSG Plus for the Racing Report, both Monday and Tuesday. Dark the next couple of days. Good to be back at it at Belmont Park with the ivy walls and the famed arched windows with the first race post of 1:20 p.m., a $93,000 Pick 6 carryover. And let's go Rangers Monday night at the Garden for the Mig and I. Have a great one.